I love watching movies. I love the combination of art forms, the music, the acting, the emotion, and the imagery, and the act of combining all that together into a single viewer experience is beyond cool to me. For better or worse, one thing I tend to focus in on is really quick, fleeting, unique moments in a movie or a show or a song or any other type of media. And like anything, this has its pros and cons, because, for example, if I point out something that somebody else didn't notice in one of those small moments, it can kind of add to the experience for them. But on the other hand, I sometimes tend to miss the larger themes of the movie or the song. Regardless, this video is about two such moments. One is in Alejandro Iñárritu's The Revenant, and one is from Alex Garland's Ex Machina. To start off, there's just something about these two shots. Maybe it's the feeling of being stared at by something that's human but also unfamiliar, and it just evokes this strange alien sort of feeling. So let me give some quick context for these two shots. So Hugh Glass, played by Leonardo DiCaprio, has just escaped being caught and killed by the Arikara tribe, who are tracking some French trappers but they mistakenly start hunting him as well. Glass makes camp by a river, and he ends up having a strange series of dreams about piles of buffalo skulls and flashbacks of a battle in which his wife was killed. And towards the end of this sequence is this shot of a man wearing a buffalo skull for a helmet. And he wakes up from this set of dreams, and soon after he discovers an entire buffalo herd nearby, which ends up being key to how he survives the next part of the movie. So Caleb Smith, who is played by Domhnall Gleeson, has just watched some video logs of Nathan Bateman, who's played by Oscar Isaac, assembling and interacting with these AI robots and their bodies in questionable and seemingly cruel ways. And he also just watched Nathan's servant Kyoko reveal herself to be an AI robot, even though this whole time he and the audience we thought that Kyoko was a human. And after this, in his room, he's remembering the things that he saw, including seeing Kyoko's robot face. And the movie kind of shows it in this sequence, which Caleb ends up kind of questioning his own humanity. So he takes a razor and he cuts open his own arm to see like if he bleeds, which he does, while unknowingly he's being watched by Kyoko. So looking into these a bit more, both these shots serve different purposes for the character and the viewer. They both occur during these sort of fever dream sequences. And they're both symbiotic moments that kind of take a simple visual motif and somehow they tie together a lot of the themes of the movie in a way that grabs your attention as soon as the shot appears on the screen. And I would say these are both generally pretty slow-moving movies. The Revenant has several very long single-take shots, and a lot of the important moments in Ex Machina are these very insightful philosophical dialogues between Caleb and Nathan. So with that context, these shots stand out even more because one shot is like a split second and one only lasts a few seconds. Both the shots are, I would say, semi-human, one in a sort of ancient way with the buffalo skull and one in a futuristic way, which is that's a fascinating contrast, I think. And additionally, the shot from The Revenant is kind of prophetic in its moment because he's dreaming about these buffalo-centered images, and then he wakes up and there's a herd of buffalo right there. Whereas the shot from Ex Machina is kind of retrospective. It's Caleb thinking about the things he just saw in the past. So there's some contrast to that contrast because the scene that's feels kind of ancient ends up being prophetic, and the scene that looks more futuristic is actually retrospective. And in both cases, there's large parts of the face that are hidden, so it creates this sense of mystery because we're not really sure what the face is trying to, what kind of message or feelings the faces are trying to give us, which is just very fascinating to me, and it captivated me. Both the shots just captivated me. These scenes are just proof to me that balancing out the cinematography and the pace of a movie is sometimes that's what pushes the movie to the next level. They also grasp at a feeling or a concept or something abstract from the film that just can't quite be put into words. It's this feeling of total immersion for the character and the viewer into the aesthetic and the atmospheric world that the film is set up for us. And they grab it at the potency of something feeling kind of hallucinogenic. Both are stunning movies, and I highly recommend them. Thanks so much for watching. Let me know if you have any thoughts on this in the comments, and or if you have any suggestions for like movies or scenes that you want to see like a similar analysis for. See ya!